Hey everybody on Always the Stitches YouTube channel. Hello, I'm Cappy. Who's behind the camera, Peter?
Peter.
Hi, Peter.
Hello.
How are you today?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm enjoying the cooler weather. I'm kind of glad we're rolling into fall. It feels good outside. It's cool, but there's still enough sunshine. It feels kind of warm. So, I'm holding our little support chicken here, and you will notice she has a Halloween costume on. Look how cute she is. She's a witch. A witch. But sorry. Her little hat popped off. Isn't she cute? I just love her. So she has her costume on for the holiday. I don't know what you're going to dress up like. Are you going to dress up for Halloween, Peter? Nope. Yeah, me either. I have a costume on pretty much every day. And this is how scary it is. Isn't that fun? Okay. So there's our emotional support chicken. I told you guys I was going to show you her costume. But wow. Has Yarn been having fun lately, getting some fun stuff in?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. So I know you did a little what's new, or just a YouTube video with Pam and Jessica about the Malibrigo event. And if you haven't signed up, why haven't you? Really? Because holy moly, that box of stuff, I think they're giving all of the stuff in that box away that day.
Are they?
I think pretty much everything in that box is going to be part of the swag. And if you watch the video, holy moly, you want to come. So they've got, it's really going to be cool. They've got a taco bar planned. And so you get food and there'll be swag. And Nancy and Jessica are in charge, so it's going to be amazing. Lots of things to give away. You don't have to be doing just Malibrigo to come to that. You can do anything you want as far as knitting, crocheting, quilting, I don't care. But if you pay your $40 to get in, which is really by the time you figure it covers the meal and all the swag that you're going to get, it is worth every penny, So still some openings in that. Don't delay in signing up though, because it is this Saturday, October 25th. We're going to need to know for sure by Thursday who all's coming. So if you're watching this video, go to our website right now and sign up if you think you want to come. It is filling quicker than we thought it would here at the last minute. So don't miss that. That's going to be super, 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 super fun. Okay, now we have to go find, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 yarns to show you. Let's go find them. Okay, I'm all cozy back here in the yarn department. We've got some new yarn that's come in, and we've also restaged the department a little bit. Jessica and Pam got back here and moved things around. So where the chunky was is now in a different place, and where some of the other colors were. So if you shop here often and you go, oh, I can go right to the weight yarn I want. No, you can't. They moved it.
Trick or treat.
Trick or treat. Yeah, well, trick or treat. So it has been moved around, but they've done a really good job of labeling, and everything can be identified. So don't be shy to ask for help. We love to help you. But I want to feature some yarns that have just come in. This is called, it's by Hayfield. It's called Spirit. It's a DK weight. Gosh, this is a pretty shade. This matches the shirt you've got on, Peter. Really like it. Really like that. And we've got some of this in before, it looks like, but we've added some more colors. Okay, this one has my name on it. Look how pretty that is. I love that. The blue and the green, it runs into kind of a denim color, back to green, back to an aqua, a teal. Ooh. That's going to have a beautiful stripe in it. And then this one is also from Hayfield. It's called Spirit. Now these are available on the website, so if you want to go to the knitting area on our website, you can find it there. This shade is 0415. They don't have a name for it, but I'm going to call it Yummalicious. Isn't that pretty? What a great fall.
Perfect fall.
Yeah, perfect fall. So that's some of what's called Hayfield Spirit, okay? And that's in the DK weight. Now, Hayfield Spirit is also in a chunky weight. So we're going to go around the corner here, walk this way, and we're going to find the Hayfield chunky, which is right here. So, ooh, this is so pretty. Yum, 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 yum. Okay, this is Hayfield Spirit as well, but rather than a DK weight, this is a chunky weight. Now now see, I could have this one too. This one's awfully pretty. And you know, the chunky weights are nice because they knit quicker. And for me, that's super important. Look at this one. Oh, that's not it.
To the
Here
left.
we go. To the left, to the left. Here we go. Oh, look at that. It's got a little pop of a dark denim and then kind of the creams and a mossy green, a little bit of gray. That's going to have a beautiful color change to it. Sweater. Oh, I need a sweater out of
That would be a great sweater.
Wouldn't that be a gorgeous
Be
sweater?
a fast sweater too. It did up real quick.
I like fast. Fast works for this girl. Look at this one. Okay, now this is very much the same color we just saw over there, but it's a chunky weight. And a lot of times our yarn people will do that. They'll have the same color in different weights. I'm going to say this is the same thing. There you go again. That's that color that we saw before, shade 415, but it's now in a chunky weight. What a great fall yarn. That's perfect for yarn. And here we go again. Look at this lavender, a little bit of pop of blue in there, real pretty creamy white and gray. Love that. So get on our website, people. Do some shopping up there. Look at this one. That goes yellow to blue to teal to a sky blue to a mossy green. This would make a beautiful baby blanket. What kind of yarn are we talking about here? Wool, acrylic. Oh, it's, yeah, 20% wool, 80% acrylic. So you probably could get away with washing this. I would probably lay it to dry rather than hang it. But man, pretty yarn. Machine washable, wool cycle, dry flat, reshape whilst wet. Whilst. You don't hear that word often. Dry press, never wet press. Maybe dry cleaned. So this would work for a baby blanket, but you wouldn't want to put it in the dryer. So, okay, that one was another lovely one. Feeling that one. Okay, now we have to go. I think I'm gonna go right behind you, Peter.
Okay.
Don't make him too dizzy. Here we go. And now I want to show you. This is from. It's Mode at Rowan. What a great price point on this. Man, that's a great price point. So this is really pretty 50 gram, 109 yards. What are we talking about? Fibers. Cotton, wool, and alpaca. That's why it's so soft. Isn't this funny? How wonderful it is. Okay, so there's kind of a nice denim blue. This is a gray with a cream. This is a grayish. I would call that more of a beigey grayish. Here's a moss green with that cream. Here's a pretty pink, kind of a rosy pink. And then this is a multicolor within that particular. Again, this is a more of a chunky weight. Yeah, it's a tricord too. See how it's been woven? So that's going to be a nice stable stitch when you get that made. And we've got some great patterns to go with it. So if you're looking to make some, I mean, look at this. How perfect is that? Little beanie and a scarf. That would knit really quick, make a great Christmas gift, and be just perfect for the fall, coming into the fall weather. So there you go. All right, let me check my list. We got that one. We got the Snuggly. We didn't talk about this one. Let's go right here. This is Sirdar Snuggly Cashmere Merino Silk. How could you get 3 better fibers to go together? I love this. And look how they've just put the little story right here of the colors. So let's talk about what we've got in this yarn so we know what we're looking at. This is a DK weight. It is 75% extra fine merino, 20% silk, and 5% cashmere. If you're wanting to make a little shawl, some fingerless mitts or even some mittens would be great in this. It's a very fine weave, so you're going to get a really nice stitch out of this too. The twist on it's beautiful. This is great. Snuggly is a good word for it. Love that. All right, and you've got just the 4 colors, an aqua, a cream, a grayish, and a denim. I do like those 3 colors out of that. That's really good to work with. Okay, see, I told you, yarn was having a big time back here. We're still supporting the Breast Cancer Awareness Month with our knitted knockers, so we've got that going on here. We haven't received many of the knitted knockers in here, but I feel sure you are working on them. I hope you are. If you are, you've got to use their approved yarns. If you don't buy the yarn from us, you can go online and see what their yarns are that are approved, but they are very specific about which yarns they want to use. So don't just say, oh, I'll use some out of my stash. That won't work. But if you've got the opportunity and you want to come in and place a pin on our awareness board for someone who has cancer, or if you are currently fighting with cancer, or even someone who's passed, just as a memory, we want to put the ribbons on there to help support those people who have been going through that, which is not an easy thing to do by any measure. And then I want to show you the knitting bag that's done. Come here and look at this. So I talked about it last week, and we had one of a former staff member who's going to actually be here this weekend. She came in and saw that. Here it is. There's that knit bag. It's got a nice size to it. You could get, a couple skeins of yarn and your knitting needles and so on. There's not a pocket with it, but it wouldn't be hard to add a pocket. And so on the front side of the bag is the kitty cat named Pearl, and on the back side of the bag is the kitty cat named Hank. How cute is that? So super simple bag. Even if you're not like one who normally sews, this makes up really easy if you've got access to a sewing machine. It's not hard to make, but really love this little bag. I think a lot of people are going to be getting them. As a matter of fact, I see 2, 3 panels and they're gone. So don't wait if you want one of the knitting bags with the kitty cat on it. I think this is the panel. Yeah, then this is a panel. So that's just a panel. So those bags are going fast. 3 left. Wow. Okay. We knew they'd go quick. Okay. So that takes it from the yarn department. Now we got to go look at some wool. Oh my gosh. Peter was drooling. I mean, he had like big slobber drip down the side of his face when this wool came in, and appropriately so, because it's beautiful. Let's go take a peek. Okay, I'm in our wool area. If you've not been in the store and seen this beautiful little sitting area we have, kind of between, it's the dividing line between fabric in the front and cross stitch and yarn in the back. And in the middle we have wool and hand embroidery, punch needle, things like that. But we just got some wool on the bolt. Peter, how excited are you?
I'm very excited.
This is beautiful wool. Now, the last video I showed you some solid colors because I was teasing you a little bit. I knew we were going to be getting in these patterned ones that are herringbone and plaid and just luscious, beautiful. If you're just doing small pieces, we will cut as small as 1/8 of a yard. If you're ready to make a jacket, I'm thinking I might need a winter coat. It's just about time to make a winter coat or a vest. These are definitely garment quality wools, and they have a beautiful hand to them. Very well done. Marcus does a nice job with their wool. I've been very pleased with anything we've got from them. They're going to have to get these off of here.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, man, they just put them up. I'll have to find somebody to...
Like, I need to unroll each one and look at how it looks.
Yeah. So I want you to see, these are woven, okay? So what that means is it's not printed on the wool like our cotton quilting fabrics that you're used to, but rather they are a woven pattern. So there is kind of a front and a back to it. So when you're assembling it in a garment, you might want to be careful that you get it going all the same direction. But if I'm using this in a wool project like a hand penny rug or something, I would maybe prefer one side over the other. These have not been pre-washed, so if you wash them, they're going to shrink down. They're going to have a felting effect, which is what we want in our wool when we use it for hand projects. For garments, not so much. So this would be a dry clean only if you made a garment out of it. But man, this green, this would just make and this pinkish one, I think that would just make the most lovely jacket. Have to put a lining in it, but I could do that. And then look at this. I think, Peter, you need a vest out of that.
That's my favorite.
Yeah, I think you need a vest. So these are just really pretty. We don't carry a lot of garment fabrics, but more and more y'all are coming in. There's a new resurgence and an interest in garments. Now, here's the thing. Part of the reason garment making went out of vogue was the labor market on having bought clothes that were sewn that you didn't sew at home. They got very inexpensive. Prior to probably 1970s, a lot of people made their own clothes because you could get fabric so inexpensive. You could make clothes cheaper than you could buy them. Well, then that changed with the labor markets and so on, and it got to where we could buy clothes cheaper than we could make them. Well, what we figured out is that's all great, but you never know when you're going to walk down the street and see somebody in exactly the same outfit you've got on because they went to the same store you did. When you buy fabrics and make your own garments, you can be guaranteed it's going to be unique, it's going to be boutique style, and if you learn the tailoring techniques to do those garments, it's going to fit you. As an old garment gal, my problem, Peter's shaking his head because he started in garments too, or I don't know if he started in garments, but he did garments, I know, for a long time. And the thing about making your own garments is you can make them fit. And if you're used to having things that don't fit, it is so nice to get clothes that fit. And Peter being a tall guy, I bet it's really helpful for you to be able to make your own shirts and things like that, and his shirts are beautiful. I've seen some he's made. He does a really nice job. So anyway, if you wanted to consider dipping your toe in a little bit of garments, this would be a good place to start. Maybe start with a vest. We did have a little cape. You could make a simple cape out of this. This would actually make a beautiful scarf. You could just roll the edges and fringe the ends. That would make a really pretty scarf too. So if you're thinking about dabbing into a little bit of garments, come talk to us and we'll see if we can't get you hooked up. All right, now we're going to go up and look at quilting cottons and fabrics up front. Okay, I'm up in the front half of the store now where we have all our fabric, and just FYI, we generally have around 5,000 bolts of fabric in the store. That's a lot of fabric. So if you can't find it here, it probably isn't available. No, there's so many fabrics. I meet with fabric reps. I've got 2 that I meet with this week and 1 that I meet with next week. And I will look at probably 2,000 different fabric lines in the next 2 weeks. And I have to pick out maybe 10% of that. And it's so hard because I want it all. And you guys come in and say, oh, did you buy this? Did you buy that? And I'll be like, well, I saw it, but I saw something that I thought was a better match for our consumers. So if you're interested, we can tell you we know 6 months, 8 months, even a year out what we're getting based on what we see when we meet with these vendors. So if you ever have a question, when is this coming? Are you getting it? I can answer that in advance. Deborah can in our orders department as well. She has our fabric spreadsheets so we know what's coming when. But this is one I was really excited to get. I love this line. I love the tranquility of it. It is from the Henry Glass Company, and it's Simply Charming by Janet Ray Nesbitt. And it is just, it looks like a woven. I mean, some of these look like wovens. They're not. They are printed, but just have this nice tranquil, just sweet, some nice little basics in here. These would be great for just actually having some in your stash, just because these are great neutrals. Love this. It reminds me a lot of when you see the Japanese stitching that they do, the hand stitching. These are kind of the colors and tones that they use sometimes. Love this little white that has, you could even just stitch that if you wanted to. That would be really pretty. Got a nice gray here, and then down here it continues in the beiges, mossy green, kind of a smoky rose color, a dusty kind of gray blue. These would English paper piece beautifully because of the repeat in the pattern. And she's actually got a book called Plain and Simple. There's 3 patterns I think we figured out. Peter was trying to figure out, but Shoe Fly, Autumn Waves, this one's called Autumn Waves, and I think that's one using this particular line. But it's the same designer who made the fabric who wrote the patterns. And that comes with a really good plus because you know that they've created the patterns to go with the fabric. And there's another one in here, there's 3 of them actually. Autumn Waves, oh, and one called Plain and Simple. Look at this one, I love that. It's like a 9-patch on point, it's really, really cute. Actually more than a 9-patch, 2. Yeah, it's really fun patterns. So if you're looking for a great pattern book, these would make up really beautifully in any of your more primitive fabrics. But I love to see these kind of primitive, especially when you look at this Shoe Fly, which is a generally old school basic block. Do that in real funky, fun, wild colors, and it really is a fresh look for some of those old style patterns. So if you're looking for this on the website, you're going to look under Henry Glass, Simply Charming by Janet Nesbitt. Another good one to get in a complete line of fat quarter bundle out of it, or half-yard cuts or 1-yard cuts. Most of these, if you're interested in this particular book, if you're like, okay, I want to make this quilt with that fabric, again, contact Deborah in our orders department. She can put you together a kit just for you. So that's that. But wait, there's more. we're gonna go up front. If I can find my clipboard. Y'all know I can't function without my clipboard. They're kind of making fun of me sometimes about my clipboard. Okay, we talked about wall. That was simply charming. Okay, here we're going. Where am I going, Peter?
I don't know. Where are you going?
I don't know where am I going. Where's Pam Buddha's stuff?
We passed it.
Did I pass it? Oh, where am I going? Right here. Oh yeah. Gosh, I went too far. See, now that was why I laid my clipboard there. Now I remember. Okay. For those of you who are Pam Buddha friends, I know you guys love her stuff. This is with the Marcus fabric. It is Pam Buddha Prairie Dry Goods. Again, this is another line that's got that retro reproduction kind of thing. Not really retro, but more reproduction. But these are in the jewel tones, where the line we just looked at from Henry Glass was more pastels and kind of soothing colors. These are those jewel tones. Look at this one.
That's my favorite.
I knew, I could tell. It's purple. Look at that. That little dot. Again, this is going to English paper piece. Beautiful. So love that.
Or just a two-color quilt with that and that gold.
Yes, just those two.
Man.
And you know, it's funny you said that. I'm kind of in that two-color quilt land right now. I love those kind of things. Here's a couple that there were so many in this line. They had to go on the floor, and I don't want them to be dismissed. Look at that pretty lavender eggplant color, and this beautiful green. So love this line. Pam Buddha always does a great job. And this particular one is called Prairie Dry Goods. So she's got a good basic neutral in there too. You got to have that beige to set everything off and kind of pop against these bright colors. But look at this blue. That's just the perfect little print. Back in the day when you bought quilting cottons, they were always called calicos. This is what I think of when I think of a calico. So there you go. That would be the Pam Buddha.
And you can run the credit card.
From the Marcus Company called Prairie Dry Goods. Okay, I got 3 more fabrics to find. We're going to have to put it on hold until I can figure out where they're at. Look at this pattern. It's so awesome. Henry Glass, Kim Deal. This is adorbs. If you are a berry person, this has got to have your name on it, and you need to come make it and give it to somebody and hang it in your house. This is called Berry Baskets. Kim Deal. We love Kim Deal. She does beautiful patterns. That pattern's actually free. And we just got this line in. It is called Penny Berry Farm. Classic Kim Deal. I mean, you could have picked this one out of a crowd and known it was hers. So we've got charms. We've got jelly rolls. There's a panel to go with this. Gots to love me a panel. Look at this. We got chickens, we've got bunnies, we've got sheep and pigs, little corners. I'm seeing table runner, placemat, and maybe coasters out of this. This is so sweet. Also, you could make a great little bag out of it. I would love this as a tote bag. So if you're looking for something to make, send to me. Make me a tote bag, send it to me. I would be so pleased. It would make me feel special. So that's that. And then the fabric right here, folks. So we've got all these really, really pretty. If you're on the website looking for them, it's under Henry Glass, Penny Berry Farms by Kim Deal. Great, great colors. Nice teal green, kind of a mustard green. I love this plaid. Man, I'm a sucker for a plaid. Now, these look to me like they're 10-yard bolts, which tells me they're going to sell fast. Do not delay, okay? Border, that would be just lovely. Nice burgundy kind of cranberry color. Look at these little birds. Look how pretty those are. Little chickens. Love that with the little leaves. That is just precious. Again, kind of good neutrals. These girls are really good about putting their neutrals. Another one that would English paper piece beautifully. So I love it. We've got the one line that's very pastel. We've got the one line that's very jewel tone. And then these are kind of your earth tones. You've got your greens, your golds, your burgundies, your blacks. Look how pretty that one is. Love that. Love, love, love. This gold is the perfect gold. Can't go wrong with that. And then a gingham print. We've since gingham prints anymore. They just seem to be coming up all the time. And that has kind of a mottled color to it. It's kind of got some depth. So I love that. Oops. Oh, looky there. Slid off the bolt. Get it right side up. Okay, there we go. And then this one you could almost use for Halloween. Look how fun that is, that little black cat with the little circles on it. Love that. And here's a great black. So fun on that one. Again, if you're looking for it, it's Henry Glass Company, Pennyberry Farm by Kim Deal. And now we're going to go around the corner, right here. Take my clipboard with me so I know what I'm looking at. Come on over here. Okay. Now, Peter's been teasing me, because that's what we do here. Our love language is sarcasm. If y'all don't have broad shoulders, you probably couldn't work here. Because we are always teasing and picking on each other, sometimes to the point that we forget, oh yeah, we need to be nice, but most of the time we're picking. So this is, the name of this line is Michael Miller, Books Are Magic. But that wasn't what I said when I first said it. I got the words kind of tangled up and it didn't come out quite right. So, but books are magic. See, I'm not going to say it wrong. I'm not going to say it wrong. Okay. So here we go. Let's look at this line. This is really fun. This is just so colorful. If you've got a teacher in your life, this would make a beautiful teacher quilt. This would be great for a college student's room. If you've got a teacher doing a bulletin board, what fun. Look how pretty this one is. Books are magic. They really are. They just take you anywhere you want to go. Love this bright colors. Okay, here's a stripe. You know I'm a sucker for a good stripe. ABCs, 1, 2, 3s, and it says books are magic. And then we have some little pots and plants. I love this. Now this is directional, so be aware if you're purchasing, you want to be sure you get it going the right direction. We got some little sneaky snakes with apples.
Bookworms.
Bookworms, there you go. See, oh, you caught it. I missed the whole point. And then look at this book reading chair. Do you have a place you will sit and read when you read? Or I know when you knit in your backyard.
I knit in the porch. I knit on the backyard deck.
Yeah.
I knit everywhere.
Well, when you put these kind of sofa chairs on your front porch, the neighbors kind of frown usually because upholstery doesn't last. But wouldn't that be cozy just to sit and read? Love this border print. Again, directional, but what fun is that? Too
Bookcase.
Cute. Bookcase, yep. And some more plants, some more eyeglasses and paper clips and things, and a little bit more here on this. Now there is a panel. We've got another panel. Again, if you're a librarian, if you're wanting to cover a bulletin board, quick, easy way to cover a bulletin board for our teachers. Books are magic. You know, I had a shirt I could have worn today that said, bookmarks are for quitters. Isn't that funny? I should have worn it if I'd have known. That is so good. So good. Love this. Love this line. I love the colors in it too. So it would make a great pillows, make great, just lots of fun things. Tablecloths, table runners. We do have a free pattern here for it. It's called Adventures. It's using that panel, making it really cute. Some simple little stars going around it, a couple borders, boom, you're done. So that's a quick, easy quilt. How big is it? 77 by 77, so that's a good size quilt. That'd be great to have as a little mat to sit on when you read your books, or to put in an area if you're a teacher, like if you got a classroom and you want to have a little reading corner, this would be perfect for that. So get that for the teachers in your life. And then we're going to go right around here, and we're going to go from books to dragonflies. Okay. Right around the corner, front door's right there, so you can make a beeline. Now, I'll tell you that in the video, but by the time you come in, that'll be someplace else, just so you know. We move stuff around so much.
It'll be someplace else after lunch.
It will after lunch, just about. So this is from Sue Penn, is the designer. It's from the Free Spirit company called Dragonfly Dance. And look how fun these are. Talk about vibrant and colorful. This is kind of her take on a coneflower. And we've put a few pieces from her previous lines in here. We've got several of Sue Penn's things over the years. I just love the vibrancy and the artistic element to her designs. They've got such a nice geometry to them, but at the same time there's a free form that just feels fun. Now this is just slightly metallic, I would say. It's printed to look like a metallic. It's not a heavy metallic, but a little bit of metallic in it. We got a stripe. Can't go wrong with a stripe. And then here's why I think it's called Dragonfly. Looky there. There's your dragonfly. Love dragonflies. So these are kind of big prints. If I was working with this particular line, I would probably try and stay with some big blocks instead of cutting it into little pieces. Although when you have big pieces like that, when you chop them and do like a layered quilt, like it's called a stack and whack, you can get some really neat dimension to it. So Don't miss this line. It's Free Spirit. It's the Dragonfly line. The designer is Sue Penn. So that's another fun one. And then I want to tell you some really cool things that are coming up within our store, and things that actually we have all the time. We offer, and some of you may not even realize this, but we have an everyday value program for our customers. And let me get a little flyer. You can actually get one of these flyers at our front register, and it is what we call our customer loyalty program. And look at this list of all the great offers. You don't have to be a Quilt Guild member. You don't have to bring in a special card. You are special to us no matter who you are. And so we offer this to everyone who comes in our store because we think everybody is special. So if you follow our YouTube channel, which is what you're watching right now, you're going to find out all these things in advance, perhaps when we have special sales and things. But some of the things we offer is during your birthday month, you can choose to take 20% off your entire purchase that day. And that means just anything that's regularly priced, products. It doesn't include classes or special services, but you do get 20% off one time during the month. So save up everything you want to buy, come in on that one day and shop for yourself. Now you can't share it with your friends, it's only for you, but on your birthday month, you have a whole month to get that discount. We've got an email that goes out. We do flash sales on Facebook sometimes, so you need to follow us on our Facebook page. Sign up for our emails because special sales will go out on our emails. We have a clearance room. Everything in our clearance room is 40% off, and we have one of the nicest clearance rooms in any store I've ever been in. Our clearance room is as big as some quilt shops, quite frankly. It's just that big. And then every day, end of the bolt discount. This is a sweet, sweet deal. When you find a bolt in our store, and I don't see any here, but if you find it, here's one right here. This is perfect. See how that bolt's kind of thinned down? Sorry, I'm throwing things. Oh, here we go. Put that there. So, let's see, there's what, 1, 2, looks like there's about 5 yards on this bolt. Would be perfect for a quilt back or even for a border if I was making a pretty big quilt and needed it in the quilt as well. So I'm going to look for a skinny bolt because anything that has 3 yards or more up to a whole bolt, we're going to give you 30% off if you buy the whole bolt. Pretty good deal. And if it has less than 3 yards, like 2.78 or less, we're going to, or 2 7/8 yards, we're going to give you 20% off if you buy the rest of the bolt. So we have people who specifically come in and look for our skinny bolts because they know they're going to get such a good bargain on those bolts. That's every day. Don't have to have a card, you don't have to be a guild member, you don't have to be anybody but you because we like everybody. And then the 5th Saturday, which there happens to be one in October, I'm 99% sure. I might take that. Bonnie, look at a calendar for me. Do we have 5? No, only 4 Saturdays. Darn. There is, maybe it's December it's coming up. I know we've got one coming up. Look whatever month there's 5 Saturdays in. On that 5th Saturday, we always have a backing sale. And that is when you bring in your finished quilt, because it's really just a shameless attempt for us to want to see your quilts. That's what it's all about. November, Bonnie's yelling at me. Thank you, Bonnie. November, there'll be 5 Saturdays. So that 5th Saturday, you can come in and we will give you 20% off the fabric you buy for your backing. That's if you buy minky. That's if you buy a wide back. That's if you buy a 6-yard cut that you're going to sew together. Now, you can't buy multiple cuts from one bolt, but you can buy as many backs as you bring quilts in to show us. So if you've got 3 quilts you need backs for, bring those 3 quilts in, say I'm buying backing for these 3 quilts, and we will give you that 20% off discount on that entire single cut for that one quilt. And then sewing machine discounts. We have one of the most generous programs when it comes to buying your sewing machines. You can come in and talk to Kathy or Jessica or whoever's in the machines department that day. But when you buy your machine with our staff, you get a free class to learn to operate the machine. Some machines you're going to get 2 and 3 classes depending on the skill level needed. You get a free cleaning within 1 year of purchase if it's under $1,000. If it's over $1,000, you will get up to 3 free cleanings, and that's 1 a year for 3 years. You get 20% off your Janome accessories as well as the basic repair, and that's a new program that we're offering, that you will get 20% off your service fees for repair work. We have an upgrade option where if within 6 months of purchase you decide I need a bigger, better, more stuff, bring the machine in. We'll work with you on getting a value of that machine, and we will give you a trade-in to upgrade. And that's the best things going on in our sewing machine department. So I just, if you're not shopping with us, I can't understand why not, because we love working with you. We love giving you all these special deals. The other thing we offer in here is we do embroidery. So if you have a stocking for Christmas that you want to get embroidered, or maybe a blanket or a quilt label that for that gift that you're giving for the Christmas holidays, don't let the time get away. Her deadline is going to be December 9th if you want to get something back in time for Christmas. So if you're looking to do an embroidery project that you need us to do for you, you can come into the store. We've got a book full of all our different embroidery designs available to you, all the fonts for our lettering and like that. And she can also do digitizing. So if you have a project that you would like to have digitized, you can work with Sarah directly on that. So don't hesitate to bring your embroidery projects in. And then the other thing that I'm going to ask the sewing machine department to give you a little lowdown on is the deals right now going with our sewing furniture. There's some really, really sweet deals with that Arrow sewing furniture. Okay, I did it. Yay, got through everything on my list. I hope you're having a wonderful stitchy day wherever you are. We've had a great week back here. We just had our Handy Quilter event, and it was very successful. Had a lot of fun classes with our customers for that, and I'm really looking forward to hopefully seeing you come in the store soon. We had a gal from Australia come visit us, and I wasn't here. Peter, did you get to meet her? No. He's shaking his head no. I hear they came in on a Wednesday night. We were already left for the day. But I'm so grateful to meet you. I know when I'm walking around the store, and Peter too, you guys come in and say, hey, we want to say hello. Please do that. We love to come out and say hi, give you a hug, and just tell you how much we appreciate you watching our videos. Comment, tell us what you're doing, and follow us on our other social media platforms. So that's all I'm going to say. Peter, you got anything?
That's a wrap.
That's a wrap. See you next week. Bye.